Chapter 6, The Bearams Khanyisile. There was an old black kettle with 2 additional small pots on a grate, roasting over a low-lit fire. Wanyenyekevu opened the pots and found chicken and dumplings in one, and in the other 2 pots, there was sweet corn and grain beans with potato slices. Seeing 2 spoons resting near the fire, he started stirring the pots. His mouth began to water as he quickly served himself a plate. Walking toward the campfire, he took a seat on the rock and paused, listening to the surrounding animals. He slowly ate a while thinking of his day with Yale as his thoughts consumed him. Thoughts of his ancestors came rushing to his mind, thinking of the different stories told to him by his mother and father as he looked down at his meal. "Man, this is my mother's chicken and dumplings recipe," he shouted as he reached for his pen and wrote, then it read. Many saying, but not understanding. That's not a surprise for someone who specializes in decaving. Having decaved many of us for the past many years. Question. If we grab my heart, is it always a heart attack? If we have a brown skin, does that make me black? Better yet, a criminal? Three run rampant rogue the streets everywhere, another bill, another law, no one says what's happening. Don't ignore this call. Research the problem. Tell me what you say now. Comprehend? Oppression and depression is where you should start. According to your AS, you gave us sharecropping, the civil rights bill. Gave us Jim Crow and redlining also. Let's not forget the ghetto. But tell me what happened to human rights? Gave a few good jobs but the rest welfare. Oh yeah, slavery. Owing everything for so long, now expect us to all of a sudden have our own. Taken our names, culture, heritage, and pride. Then tell us that's just an excuse when we recall your abuse. Do you wonder why you can't look into our eyes? Hearing so many still complaining, always asking why. Even today, there are many, they don't have a hope. Hope to them is a fantasy. But not for me. Loneliness and fear are in their minds, however, I have opened my eyes. No, our women have better jobs, but they don't want us. For what do we have? Criminal records. So we can't vote, can't work unless it's hard labor. So what do money do? Sell dope. Don't agree, just understand. Resentment has become a hatred to some. I asked why. I sig. Then I tree. Placing his pen and pad back in his backpack, he finished his meal and started gazing at the stars as he slowly drifted off to sleep. As the darkness covered him, he saw a beautiful transparent glass in front of him. It seemed as if it was floating in the air. Curious, he walked closer to it. Is this some kind of new glass? He asked himself. Dancing in the midst of it were the colors that resembled a rainbow's reflection, a giant bubble, maybe. He stretched out his arm to touch a glass but was interrupted by a filthy man who smelled of urine and musk. Attempting to hold his nose, the man swore and cursed at him. As he got into a fitting stance, he was awakened from his dream but still smelled the man's stench. Mlezi was there, sitting in front of him. Good morning. Wanyenyekevu said, puzzled and rubbing his nose as he sat up, stretching, then rubbing his eyes. Mlezi said to Wanyenyekevu, "You're very passionate about your lineage. Sabaoth has seen your heart and would like to tell you more about who your ancestors are, because there is a reason you have such passion." Wanyenyekevu said, "It's the way of many Wakatilians to serve Sabaoth, as warriors to learn and stay abreast of our fighting skills and know our heritage, for we are taught from our youth to retite our heritage. Centuries ago we were led to about war we were, which brought about great destruction amongst our people. It can go back on 256 years. Mlezi talk asserted, you may begin. Wanyenyekevu said, well. Surprised that Mlezi would even ask. Which side would you like me to start from? Mlezi said, both are equally important. On your mother's side, there were the indigenous people of the Americas, and their descendants came from proud and brave people of Africa. Mlezi interrupted him, however, for this lesson, let's start with your father's side. Wanyenyekevu was shocked to hear what Mlezi had said and was curious because he could not go any further than slavery on his mother's side and wanted to know more. My father's side, I can give you 4 more generations than my mother's because of slavery, and I would like to learn more. I would have to start with John, born around 1787, who had James and James had William, and William and his father arrived here during the mid-ondoa 1800s, proud Irishmen who traveled here during what many called the Great Irish Invasion. There was a great famine in Ireland, and many fled to the US back then to escape poverty. 20 years later, the Civil War. The Irish were called the white Negroes even though they were mistreated. They still were treated better than the Wakatilian slaves of that time. You say, the slaves were considered livestock and not even human. I remember reading some of Noel Ignatiev's books, an author and historian during that time. He said they referred to the Irish as niggers turned inside out, and the Negroes labeled smoked Irish. Anyway, as Wanyenyekevu continued, well, William was born in Ireland but eventually traveled south to Natchez, Mississippi. Like many others. Desperate for work, his family became overseers for the slave owners. William had Albert. Albert bought up 99 acres of land, moved to a farm in the middle of Tallulah, away from the public's eye, and married Catherine Wilson of Kamak, Louisiana, for their marriage was a white man's abomination. They had 12 children, 6 boys, David, Albert, Jer, Doyle, Willie, Johanny, and Jimmy, and 6 girls, Thelma, Bertha, Geraldine, Catherine, Marisue, and Albertine. Albert's son Willie had Larry, who married Deque, and they had Justine. Justine had Ajani during the Rate War of 2025. Ajani had Alenia, Alenia had Namito, Namito had Kisoma. Mlezi squatted as Wanyenyekevu continued, do Hassan had Hakan, Hakan had Eze, Eze had Tablita, and Tablita had Libert. Sabaoth changed his name to Wanyenyekevu uhichi isme. They teach us at a young age to never to forget our heritage. Mlezi took a stick and started writing something in the dirt. Wanyenyekevu read it, Matthew chapter 1 verses 2:16. Wanyenyekevu was curious and asked, why did you write that? Mlezi asked, do you have your Torah? Wanyenyekevu replied, Sura. As he pulled it out, Mlezi said, what I'm about to tell you, let no man know, except your children. Taking the Torah from Wanyenyekevu, he opened up the Torah to Matthew 1:16 and then gave it back to Wanyenyekevu, no read. Wanyenyekevu read, Abraham had Isaac, Isaac had Jacob, and Jacob had Judah and his brothers. Judah had Perez and Zerah Tamar, Perez had Hezron, and Hezron had Ram. Ram had Aminadab. Mlezi just sat there as he read. Josiah had Jeconiah and his brothers, about the time they were carried away to Babylon. And after they were brought to Babylon. Wanyenyekevu closed the Torah, it know this be heard. Jeconiah had Shealtiel, and Shealtiel had Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel had Abiud. Mlezi said, Ikno Yodo, but pick it back up. Wanyenyekevu picked the Torah back up and, with his fingers, continued to read as his fingers ran across the words. Eleazar had Mathan, and Mathan had Jacob. Jacob had Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom was born Jesus or Msheka as we call him, who is called Christ. Mlezi said, Ok, stop. Mlezi closed the Torah and took out a scroll, and read it, and James was the brother of Jesus. James married Anna or some called her Engeus, the prophetess, and they had 2 sons, John and Josemar had David. Mlezi then looked at Wanyenyekevu. The brother of Jesus is your ancestor. Wanyenyekevu sat there in awe, with his mouth open, as Mlezi continued, therefore, you can read Luke saa 3, na madakika 23 ondoa 38 as Josemar had David son of James. The brother of Jesus being the sons of Joseph, the son of Heli, the son of Mathat. Mlezi recited the entire lineage, but Wanyenyekevu just stood there and didn't say a word. The son of Mahalaleel, the son of Cainan, the son of Enos, the son of Seth, the son of Adam, the son of God. Mlezi then took another scroll out of his robe. No, let's back up, I want you to read this. Wanyenyekevu read, Arei Leib had Abraham. Mlezi interrupted him, no, read here. As he pointed to a section of the scroll, Wanyenyekevu read, during the relocation of the natives of the land during the Civil War, White Bear took and hid his son to a small town in Louisiana called Kamak and changed his name to William Wilson. William had Ben, Ben had Caesar, and Caesar had Jacques. Knowing his family's richness, Jacques married Ludia, and they had a daughter and named her Eaglechil or Behita in the native tongue. But her government name was Catherine Wilson, and she married Albert Bolin, and Albert had Willie, Willie had Larry. Mlezi continued to go through the list as Wanyenyekevu stood there like a statue in disbelief as he just realized his bloodline. He knew the name but couldn't track her roots back because most of his lineage speaks about the men and not so much the women. Wanyenyekevu handed Mlezi the scroll. Mlezi smiled and gave the scroll back to Wanyenyekevu. This is yours to keep. Plus, you need to memorize it. Wanyenyekevu sat down and started memorizing his entire family tree. 3 hours had passed, and Wanyenyekevu was still engulfed in the scroll. Mlezi called out to him, Wanyenyekevu. As Wanyenyekevu looked up, he saw Mlezi waving for him to come to him. Wanyenyekevu walked up, Mlezi said to him, Alsatia is your next stop, tento Sondeimer, please walk with me. Wanyenyekevu began to speak, but Mlezi interrupted him, your things will be better when we get there. Msheka and I have found favor in you to show you the things you have seen, but there is much more you shall say, and do before your journey is over. Wanyenyekevu and Mlezi walked for a few minutes and headed down par road 1123 to where he looked up and saw a sign that read, Holy Brook Crevasse, a small lake where Mlezi took a seat on the ground near the lake. Tonight and tomorrow, you can rest and reflect on the things you have seen and heard thus far. Mlezi handed him his pen and notepad. I figured you would need this, said Mlezi as he disappeared. Wanyenyekevu sat there motionless as he talked about his people and all they had been through, whose about had not forsaken them because of their sins. He could hear his grandfather's voice telling him about the days of old, the days of great pain, and the suffering he and his ancestors had gone through in a time where Sabbath was neither praised nor worshipped. He pictured that time, and a tear fell from his eyes as he grabbed his pen and began to write this land. I woke up this morning, looked in the mirror, couldn't believe what I saw. So I looked again, I saw that I was black, anguished is what I felt, living in this land. Paying the bills, while I'm worrying if I will have a job tomorrow. Brothers are reading left and right, what's so funny they're killing themselves. This is why I'm filled with sorrow in this land. You say it's not me color, no, not me skin. What is it then? The news says a black man was selling drugs on the streets, then they said a lady was robbed last night by a man wearing jeans. What was the color of that man? They don't bother to tell in this land. My sister gets raped, yes, me next of kin. Nothing is said because of the color of her skin. A brother does the same, before you know it, he's dead or in chains. All the silly games they play, only in this land. 400 years in this land. Oppressed, depressed, and stressed. What a mess. I've done all that I can, to live in peace and harmony with the man. In this land. With tears rolling from his eyes, he slowly closed his notebook, looked up to heaven and said, "There's about, whatever you have for me and me people, I'm willing and able to do." He stood there admiring the lackey before he realized he didn't have his equipment or weapons. The sun was about to set, so he quickly gathered sticks and leaves to start a fire. Talking to himself, he said out loud, "Guess I have to do it the old-fashioned way." He took 2 or 3 sticks and rubbed them together until he could get a spark to start a small fire. He was gently blowing to spread the fire to the rest of the 3 leaves until he could slowly peel sticks and then old logs. Taking about 20 minutes, he finally got the fire where he wanted it. The darkness covered him as his stomach growled. Then he heard another growl. He was confused because it didn't come from him this time. Looking up, he saw something in the bushes ahead of him. He didn't sense danger, but he was perplexed at what was happening. Slowly moving towards him. Wanyenyekevu got into a fidgeting stance. Not understanding what was going on, he heard a voice in his head saying, "I don't want to fight or kill, I just want to eat." Wanyenyekevu relaxed and said aloud, "Show yourself." A black bear came toward him. Wanyenyekevu said, "Are you talking to me?" The bear's mouth did not move, but he heard a voice, "How do you understand me?" Wanyenyekevu, perplexed again, took a seat and scratched his head, "I'm confused." The bear sat next to him and was just as perplexed as Wanyenyekevu. Then suddenly, he heard the plants and trees as if they spoke. "Nature truly has a voice," Wanyenyekevu said. "No, how am I supposed to eat what I can hear and speak to?" The bear looked at him and asked, "You're thinking about eating me?" Wanyenyekevu said, "No, silly, I wanted to go fishing because I'm starving." The bear looked at Wanyenyekevu and said, "They're not speaking to me." As it ran off into the lake, it returned with 2 large catfish in its mouth 30 minutes later. Dropping them on the ground, I cooked on for you. Wanyenyekevu stood there without a knife to clean and gut the fish as the bear ate. Looking at the bear, he said, "Can you bite off the head, and I will do the rest?" As he held the fish, the bear grabbed the fish, bit off the head, ate it, and said, "Thanks." Wanyenyekevu said to himself but aloud, raising his eyebrows, "This is new." Taking a while to clean and gut the fish without a knife, Wanyenyekevu did the best he could with a rock. Before finally walking toward the lake and washing the fish off, returning, he planted the fish on the fire and waited for the fish to get done. The black bear was long gone by the time Wanyenyekevu ate his fish. Feeling content, he laid back and watched the stars and talked us about. Everything that has life has a spirit, but only man has a soul, he get it. Listening to the sound of the trees and insects around him for the first time in his life, it all sounded like a choir. Wanyenyekevu talked us about for a while longer before drifting off to sleep. A beam of light tracked through the leaves as the wind blew. The trees awoke wanyenyekevu. He stood up and walked towards the lake, getting on all fours. He leaned over to grab as much water as possible with his hand and took a drink. Doing so, he saw in the distance something shining. Wanyenyekevu's curiosity got the best of him. As he walked towards the object, it was a ski raft. He looked around while picking it up and took a seat, amazed at the weight. Looks like it has been here a while and it thought it would be heavier. And he just loved his marble like finish, he said to himself. It looks like it could go really fast. Amazing. Jumping off, he started inspecting the vehicle again. After a few minutes tinkering with the ski raft, Wanyenyekevu headed south on par road 1123 until it turned into Homestead Road, but he was lost, for he had never been this far away from home before. In the distance, coming north. On par road 1123 was an old lady slowly walking towards him. Wanyenyekevu waited for her, hoping she would know the way. It seemed like it took forever as she slowly approached him. Wanyenyekevu was eager to get back on track. It's to say, I'm lost. He just got off par road 1123, and he said this road is par road 1123 as well. The sign here says Homestead Road, but that sign ahead says par road 1250, Transylvania Loop ahead. Please, can you help me? I am confused and lost. The old lady looked at Wanyenyekevu. Son, I don't know what this people talk to hente made these roads. She paused and shook her head as she continued. The par road 1123 is the same as Homestead Road, and up ahead, it splits on the rig par road 1250 and the left, Transylvania Loop. Behind there is par road 1123 and another, Transylvania Loop. Taking a breath, she asked Wanyenyekevu, what in the hell is a par road, anyway? Wanyenyekevu laughed and shrugged his shoulders. I don't know. I told you now. The old lady sighed. It's nonsense, that's what it is. The old lady sighed, laughing. I'll help you get to where you are going, Wanyenyekevu, for he was told that he would never say that until he said a promise. That's got to be you. Do you say anyone else? Wanyenyekevu sighed. Are you an angel? The old lady laughed. An angel? Now boy, my name is Khanyisile, but my friends call me Candy. I'm just as human as you. Plus, he sighed. Before he saw that, an angel can't die. Pay attention to words, young man. Khanyisile then started searching in her pockets and her bags. I can't find my spades. Must have left them. I won't need them anymore anyways. Let me look at ya. My eyes ain't what they used to be. Wanyenyekevu was looking at the old lady. He felt her wisdom as it glowed all over her. She was 5 foot tall, weighing only 135 pounds. With silky salt and pepper hair that touched the base of her back, with an arch in her back that made her slightly lean forward. After her inspection, she sighed. Oh, Lord, I'm ready to die. Wanyenyekevu sighed. Die? With a smile on her face, she sighed. When you use an egg, do you keep the shell or throw it away? Wanyenyekevu sighed. Werewse our eggshells in the garden. Khanyisile gave him a funny look. And wanyenyekevu smiled, throw it away. Khanyisile laughed, this old body of mine has served its purpose. I'm ready, how about you? You ready to go? Gripping wanyenyekevu by the hands, before you answer, I'm talking about going down the road. You got a lot to do now come on, let me show you your way. We're going straight down par road 1250 headed to Atherton until we get to Higwai sitini na tano, where I'm going north, and you will go south. Let's get to know each other for this short time we'll be together. Khanyisile strolled, and wanyenyekevu had to get used to her party. You know when a woman is born, she is born with all the egg she will ever have. Wanyenyekevu sighed slowly in confusion, no. She continued, think about it, if this is true, you existed when your mother was born. Therefore, you should always take care of your woman because inside of them is our future. Wanyenyekevu, shaking his head, sighed, make sense to me, she said it does. Khanyisile took 2 more steps, you don't have to remember the truth. Wanyenyekevu sighed. I'm confused. Khanyisile sighed, you must remember alie to continue using it, and that only will multiply to stay alive. But the truth is true, and it can't change because it's the truth. Wanyenyekevu sighed. Ok, I understand that. And I like that. Khanyisile continued, know this, the great deceiver will put a wedge between men and women. Women shall have the power of men, and they will reduce men to the roles of a woman. She laughed, minus being able to bear children, but the men will despise the women and use them as sex toys, and gang rape them for pleasure until hour between the 2 breaks out. Not the word that one is used to, but a battle of the sexes. Eventually the 2 are supposed to be one. Until they know this, the 2 will never be complete. The great deceiver has sought to separate us about people by destroying the alpha males and creating a new creature in both men and women, but this one will be a great blow for man, and they shall give into succubus and incubus because of these lies, Sabaoth is able. Wanyenyekevu was confused again, I don't understand. She said, yes, I know many of the things you have said since I'm lazy left you were. To show you things you didn't know or understand, but you will understand all later on your journey, and this too will become a league to you as well. She started laughing again, you've been on a confused little puppy. But all is well, my friend. All is well. Now come on here. They talked and laughed the entire time while they walked toward Atherton. Wanyenyekevu loved the old lady's spirit, and she too was happy to have met him. Technology she gave him made him appreciate life and all the wonders it included within it as they got closer to Atherton. Wanyenyekevu saw Yael in the middle of the road, Tere goes, Yael. Khanyisile sighed. Yes, I say. Wanyenyekevu stopped, hold on, you can't say Yael. Khanyisile stopped as well, you're still a little slow, ain't ya boy? No worries, you will become one of Sabaoth's greatest warriors. Laughing and continuing to joke around, she sighed. If you are of the spirit, you say spiritual things because you are spiritual and say things of the spirit, be the spirit, and things for the spirit. Besides that, did you know when I was younger, you hipped Yael's butt in a fight? Wanyenyekevu sighed in surprise, you did. She laughed, hell now. They both continued to walk toward Yael, laughing. Wanyenyekevu and Khanyisile stopped in front of Yael and hugged each other, and she said, I like you, you're humble, kind, and spirited. Wanyenyekevu said, I like everything about you, Yo remind me of my grandmother. Besides yo rete first person I met dat kan insult yo and lift yo up at the same time. Shesmiled. And wavet them godie and continued to walk. Yael bowed to Khanyisile as she faded into the distante. Yael turned to wanyenyekevu. Go without haste to Transylvania, and there you will say your things, and a male will be there to eat and go your way to Alsatia. Wanyenyekevu said sarcastically, "I'm doing fine, and you?" Saying Yael was serious, he ran to Transylvania, where he saw an old abandoned church with a small fire and some food and his belongings. While sitting on the steps of the old church, he hears a voice, "Upon this rock, I build this church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it." He smiled, "Let it be so, and I shall do my best not to dishonor you." A sense of joy came over Wanyenyekevu, and he felt a frigid chill over his body that quickly felt like a fear, and he tried to say, "Thank you," but other words came out that he knew not of, a language unknown to him. He spoke it this way for 10 minutes, and then tears rolled down his eyes, just like Jeremiah, "Fear shoot up in my bones." As they finished eating, he noted the position of the sun. He knew he had about 3 hours before sunset, therefore he walked awhile, and once his food had been digested, he ran the rest of the way to Alsatia. Attention! Dear listeners, there are 29 chapters in Black Righteousness, BR, and I have just begun. I hope you enjoy my book. My desire is to make this an adult animated series on a major network or even here on YouTube in multiple languages for the entire world. If you like my book, please share it and like and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube, and I just started new Facebook page at facebook.com/Abooksigun. Please come join me. That's spelled Abooksigun, and you can donate anything to help me make my dream come true at Cashapp, $LarryBolin, PayPal, Bolin, Venmo, Bolin. Again, like and subscribe to my channel for updated material or email me, Abooksigun.com. After Black Righteousness, there is Bok Billy, Black Love, Bok Tattoo, Abooksigun, the other side of No Hair, and lastly, Bok Ne I Am Cush. Thank you again, LarryBolin.